Hi guys, welcome to my second try at filming about the soil triangle. So, if you had lab with me, what we did is we went outside and we textured soil by feel. This soil triangle helps explain what those textures mean. So, for example, we might have textured a soil and thought it was a silt loam. Well, what is a silt loam? Well, on this chart here, it shows what percentages sand, silt, and clay it can be. So remember our soil particle sizes. We have sand, which is the biggest particle, silt, which is our medium particle, and clay, which is our smallest particle. And just like we have three particle sizes in soil, we have three sides of a triangle. So this side talks about our percentage sand. This side talks about our percentage clay, and this side talks about our percentage silt. So, first things first, let's talk about what each of these lines mean. Because there's a lot of like mini triangles in here, and it's a wee bit confusing. So the first thing we're going to look at is silt. On this triangle, if a line is traveling this way, it is silt. So that's a silt line. That's a silt line. That's a silt line. You know it's not a silt line? That's not a silt line. Not a silt line. Because that's not traveling in this direction. So what is that line? That's a clay line. Clay lines all go straight across like that. So clay line, clay line. Well, that's not a full clay line, but it is a clay line. Clay line. So, what about this line? No, this line is not a clay line. That line is a sand line. Sand lines travel in this direction. So if they're traveling in this direction, they're sand. If they're traveling in this direction, they are silt. And if they're traveling in this direction, they are clay. So how can we use this information? Well, let's say I know that my soil is 40% clay. And I know it is 20% silt. I don't know what percentage sand it is, but I could tell you that 20 plus 40 is 60. So, and a percentage has to equal 100. So it's probably, as in it is, 40% sand. But we don't even need to know that right now. What we can do is we can look at our silt. And remember, our silt lines go this way. And we can look at 20% silt. So I've got 20% silt here. I'm going to just follow that line all the way down. And we've got our clay, which we know is 40%. And I can travel on that line. And it's going to be on the line between a clay and a clay loam. We're going to call it a clay loam because that's what I feel like calling it. But it's right on that line. So as I said, you've got this line that goes all the way down there, but that doesn't tell us how much sand it is. Our sand line always travels in this direction. So if we go here and travel down, if I can do a straight line, sorry. We've got 40% sand. Now, say I know that I have a soil that is a silt loam Then we're going to do a smaller one. Say I know it is a silty loam, and I know that it has 80% sand. So I know it's, or sorry, not a silt loam. It's a loamy sand, and I know it has 80% sand. That means it's going to be somewhere on this line right here. So then, what I'm going to find is my clay and my silt percentages. Now, it could be a handful of things on this line. It would just have to be two numbers that add up to 20. That are between, that are right here on this line. So, but the easiest one would be 10 and 10. So I could say it's 10% clay, 10% silt, and 80% sand. Right on that line. Now, your assignment is essentially doing just that. You'll be given a variety of information. There we go. In the soil folder, there is a PDF called Texture Triangle Worksheet. And it gives you a soil triangle, and it gives you information. Like it might be all of the percentages. It might be some of the percentages. It might only be 1% and the type of soil it is. It depends on the question, but your job, you can either upload this on Notability or you can just download it as a PDF if you have a MacBook Air. But that is your assignment to complete that, and you'll submit it in the soil triangle assignment hand-in. I hope you have a super fabulous day, and I'll see you later.